welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on here in forever. I know I've been missing all summer. I've been back home in the Yukon, just living my life, doing summer stuff. By summer stuff, I mean mostly just working, occasionally hanging out with my friends. As you can see, this is a very weird setup. I'm house sitting for my stepbrother right now, and he has a really nice bathroom, and I decided to film in the bathtub because this was probably the nicest setup that I was going to come across for quite some time until I'm back in Vancouver. But yeah, this is what's happening. So be prepared for a lot of like these squeaky bathtub noises, you know, like those ones. And I'm just shifting around a lot in this video because my feet keep falling asleep, but you know, it's all well worth it. So for today's look, I'm going to be doing this really glowy light. I love this face, like this face, I love this face, no, I love this face makeup. I'm using the Josie Maran Argan Oil Vibrancy Foundation. Oh, I'll talk about it later, it's amazing. Anyways, so I'm sticking with very glowy, light, fresh, dewy skin, and then this kind of smoky, sultry eye that takes actually like 2 seconds to do. So I'm super stoked about this video. I love how this look turned out. And I hope you guys like it as much as I do. So let's get into it. Alright, so to start things off, I already toned my face with the Pixi Skin Treats Glow Tonic 5% glycolic acid exfoliating toner. That was a mouthful. As you guys can see, I still have my eyebrows on because I did them earlier today, and honestly I was just way too lazy to do them again. So I left them on. But I will do the full rest of my face. So after I tone my face, I'm going to go ahead with my Josie Maran Argan Reserve Healthy Skin Concentrate. This is their like pure argan oil. Like, it is so crazy moisturizing. I've been using it with the argan milk as well, which I don't have with me right now, but those two together, amazing. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple drops of this on my face. I like using this before I put my makeup on because I feel like it just helps with like a really smooth application. But yeah, I put it on and then I just like let it set into my skin a little bit before I put on a primer or anything, just so it has some time to absorb, so it's not like super greasy on my face. But I'll put this on before bed and stuff too, and it just like is so moisturizing, and it helps just like even your complexion and like all kinds of awesome stuff. Yeah, if you do like your full skincare routine and then the argan milk followed by the reserve argan oil, oh, your skin feels so good. So I'm just gonna let this soak into my skin a little bit, set for a little while before I go ahead with the next step with my makeup. So let's cut to that. Alright, so for the next step, going in with my primer, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Soft Matte Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I've really been liking this one recently. It's not super heavy, and it's not like really slick on your face or anything either, but it's also not that like really chalky mattifying sort of primer. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead with that. Right, after that I'm gonna go ahead with my Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer, and apply that. So you guys know I swear by this stuff. Alright, so next I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting and spot concealing. I'm going to be using the Essence No Dark Circles Under Eye Corrector. And that's just like a light peach under my eyes. And then I'm just going to do some spot concealing with the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. This is the shade Fairly Light Neutral. I kind of do like a really lengthy process when I'm spot concealing, but I'll usually go over any blemishes before I do my foundation, and then I do my foundation, and then I go over them again. I'm not really sure why, but that's a tactic that I use. So for my foundation, I'm going to be using the Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation Fluid. I love this foundation. It's not sheer, but it's just really, really light. I wouldn't call it a full coverage. I think it's like a medium coverage. But it just goes on so smoothly, and it just feels so nice on your skin. I'm wearing the shade Cosmic. This is a little bit light on me right now. I don't know if you guys can see, but like my chest, I burnt so badly. We had like 2 days of sun in Vancouver, and I just burnt to a crisp. So that like faded to a weird tan, but because I always have foundation on my face, it never changes colors. So it's so pale in comparison to my chest. but I'm just gonna be using this, and then I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of my Last and foundation from Wonder 2 Cosmetics, because this one's a little bit darker. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm just gonna blend that in with a beauty blender. And I'm just gonna take that down my neck a little bit, just to make sure I have no lines anywhere. Okay, this still looks crazy pale right now, but as soon as I have some bronzer on it, it'll work out. But first I'm gonna go in with some under eye concealer and a little bit of like T-zone highlighting. I'm gonna be using the Magic Wand concealer from Stockholm. I'm just in the shade 1, their latest one. This one isn't like as crazy highlighting as like some of my other concealers. Like my Shape Tape is like white. This one I find really like adapts to your skin tone and changes to match your skin basically. But yeah, so it comes with this little fancy brush tip on the pen. And we're just gonna apply some of that. Like it goes on light and then it just like disappears. Do you see that? It is a magic wand. Sorry if I'm all over the place in the frame. This bathtub is not very comfortable, so I keep shifting and then I'm not centered, but it's the best that it's gonna get. I'm just gonna blend that in with a beauty blender again and just dab that up over your eyelids as well. And I just decided that I don't even want to highlight my T-zone, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes and eyelids first. I'm going to do that using the Stockholm matte finishing powder in this little jar. And then I'm going to take my Morphe I think it was the 433. It's worn off now. I use this in literally every video, but yeah. I'll use this one for my under eyes and my eyelids first. Alright, and then for the rest of my face, I'm just going to use this big kabuki brush from Wonder 2. And because I really like how like radiant and glowy this foundation is, I'm not going to set my face like super thoroughly. But I do always like a pretty set face. Alright, so with my face all set, I'm going to go in with some bronzer. This is also from the Stockholm, and it is their bronzer in Marseille. This is so pretty. It's a little bit lighter than most, and a little bit lighter, a little bit more cool tone than most bronzers that I usually use. But I love it. Like it looks so good. And I haven't been really contouring my face lately. Like I just kind of do that with bronzer. I'll do my nose still. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. But it's super gorgeous and I love it. Not to mention that the packaging is really cute. I got it all fingerprinty, but it's adorable. And I'm going to be using the, I don't know what this is called, the B4 brush from Bobel Brushes. I've been loving this for my bronzer recently. Great, so now that I've got the bronzer all done, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Love Flush blush in the shade Love Hangover, and this Luxie 514 blush brush. And just kind of sweep that across my cheeks. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start to contour my nose now. I'm going to do that using the Tarteist Pro Glow To Go palette. This palette is like entirely empty, you guys. Like, it's so gross. I want to show you. There's like nothing in it. There's like a tiny little pile left in the corner of the chisel, like the contour shade. But I'm getting every last bit of product out of this because I love it. So I'm going to be doing that with my Bobel brush. This is the C8 brush. It's kind of just like a wide fluffy brush. I use it for my eyeshadow and for my nose contouring, just when I'm doing my day-to-day makeup. But yeah, so we're just going to do that. Right, this looks a little bit crazy right now, but once I have the rest of it done, it looks fine, I promise. My feet. I regret this already. Oh, Okay, so my next step with this looks so ridiculous, oh my god. So my next step with the nose contouring is I take this little sort of flat eyeshadow brush. This one's from, I believe, just an Amazon set. And then I'm gonna take my Manuel Beauty Filter Finish Collection 3D Illuminator in Stardom. And I'm going to just do a little boop right on the tip of my nose. Just like that. And then I'm gonna draw a line down the center of my nose as well. And then to get rid of some of the crazy shadow on the sides of my nose, I'm gonna take my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless pressed powder and just the little sponge that it comes with, and I'm gonna clean up the sides of my nose. You guys have seen me do this in other videos, but I'll just show you anyways. And we're literally just gonna draw a line right down the sides of your nose. This is the only part of my face that I actually like bake, is when I'm doing the sides of my nose like this. Right, so this looks so ridiculous, you guys. But this is just gonna stay like this for a little while. You can laugh at me while I do my eyeshadow and whatnot. Alright, so while this sits on my face looking absolutely ridiculous, I'm gonna go ahead and start on my eyeshadow. I'm gonna be using the Face Stockholm Pearl Eyeshadow Legacy Palette. You guys, this palette is so cute. Like, one, look how adorable that packaging is. I love it, it's so cute. And then it's just these little 5 shades here. I can't really show this, I don't know, this is really weird to cover the mirror on because it's so long. But look at those shades, are they so cute? Oh, I love them. Before I go in with this one, I am just gonna take my Tartelette palette, and I'm gonna just kind of shape out a little bit of contour first, just because most of the shades in the face palette are shimmer shades. And then I do just like having that little bit of kind of contour in the inner corner of my eyes first before I go in with another color. So I'm gonna go back to this C8 brush from Bobel Brushes. And I'm just gonna take the shade Wanderer from the Tarte palette, that little neutral kind of beigey shade there. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of contouring first, and then I'm gonna go in with the other eyeshadow palette. Right, so that's pretty much it. I'm literally just putting enough just to kind of define that like outline of the socket a little bit more. And then I'm gonna switch over to the other palette. Right, so with the Face Stockholm palette, I'm going to take this little Coastal Scents BR250 brush. It's a little eyeshadow brush, just like a fluffy one. And I'm gonna take this middle shade. It's like the least shimmery and the darkest of all the shades in the palette. And I'm just gonna start kind of from the outer corner of my eye, darkening up that crease and working my way in a little bit. I'm mostly just focusing that on the outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna do the same thing with the other eye. Sorry, I'm like completely crouching in the bottom corner of the screen right now. This is so difficult to keep framed. I'm like so hunched over right now. Right, so the thing I love about this palette is that like it only takes like 2 seconds to get this really kind of like smoky, like sultry sort of look. And I'm literally only using, like there's only 5 colors in the palette, but it just like, I don't know, they just work so well, I love it. So I'm gonna go in next with this little flat shader brush. It's similar to the one that I used when I was doing my nose, but it's just a clean one. And I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna kind of work with 2 shades at the same time. So I'm gonna take this kind of rusty reddish shade almost, and then this more kind of orangey copper shade there. And we're gonna put the first, like that more red toned one, closer to the outer corner of the eye, so you're kind of matching it up with where you had the darker shade, and then working your way inward across the lid, you're gonna put some of that kind of coppery, orangey, bronzy, I don't know what color that is, the second color that I showed. So starting with the first one. Alright, so next we're gonna go in with that kind of more goldy, orangey shade, the second one, and work that not all the way into the inner corner, but most of the way across the eyelid. Right, and then last but not least, we're gonna take this white shade and just work that into the very inner corner of the eye. I'm probably gonna go over it with another little highlighter as well afterwards, but this is just to kind of brighten up that area. And I'm gonna blend that kind of like back out across that goldish shade a little bit more, just to lighten it up a little bit. All right, that is literally it for the eyeshadow. That's all I'm doing. It's just this super simple, but it just looks so pretty. This really shimmery, I don't know what it is, but super fast, super easy, and it's just so gorgeous. This palette is so easy to work with. I love it. Sorry for all this like squeaking. It's my elbows rubbing on the bathtub. I'm really sorry if it's horrendously annoying in the video. But yeah. Right, so we're gonna dust off this ridiculousness that's happening on my nose before we move on. And I'm just gonna take that kabuki brush that I was using before and literally just wipe that away. All right, so next up with the eye makeup. So first of all, normally now would be the time that I would do my brows, but I already have them done. I'm probably just gonna touch them up a little bit afterwards. But for my brows, I used the Josie Maran, the Good Brow Fill and Chill brow pencil in the shade Medium Deep. They have their Shape and Volumize side, which is this end, which is the actual pencil itself. It's this great big pencil, which I love, because you can just get it all done really fast. I guess that's probably why it's called the Fill and Chill. And then it has this other end, which is their highlighting and lifting end of the pencil. And it's this really pretty kind of like champagne-y colored highlighter. I don't know if you can see that. It's so pretty, it looks so good. But yeah, because this shade is like a little bit light on me still, I did fill in the tails of my brows a little bit with my dip brow in Ebony, just to darken it up a tad. But this one is so easy to work with and so nice to use when you're just doing, like for the bulk of my brow, it's so fast. And then I did use the dip brow again a little bit in the inner corners of my eyebrows, just because I do like having that thinner sort of pencil stroke mimicking the actual hairs themselves. So yeah, I'm gonna go under my brow bone with the highlighting end of this really quick, just because now I've powdered over it so you can't see it anymore. And then we'll move on. Okay, next I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm not gonna do a winged eyeliner or anything, but I'm just gonna fill in my lash line with this Tarte Beauty To The Point eyeliner. It's their like felt tip liner. It's called Cafe Noir. And this one, I love it. It's so cool. It has two ends. So this end is their line end. So as you can see, it's a larger tip for doing the bulk of your eyeliner. And then it has the other end, which is their define end, which is this teeny tiny little tip for doing either the very end of your like winged liner or filling in any sort of bumps or gaps or anything in your eyeliner. I love it. It's super smart. Pretty cool invention. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lashes with this really quick and then we'll move on. Oh my god, my feet are falling asleep again. Ooh. Okay, I'm just gonna stay sitting sideways for a second while I do this part. I'm just putting my mascara on, so it's no big deal. I'm probably not even gonna film this. Alright, so for my mascara, I'm going to be using the Face Stockholm Lash Booster Mascara. It's just this, it's a pretty standard brush, but I really like the formula. Like, it's just that, nothing too fancy. I really like the formula. It just goes on really smoothly. Yeah, this is a top-notch mascara. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to my top and bottom lashes. And that's all I have to say about that. Right, with my mascara on, I'm gonna go back in with the Face Stockholm palette a little bit, and I'm gonna actually use it comes with this little brush. This end's just kind of a larger, sort of flat-ish brush. This one's a smaller, kind of flat-ish brush. We're gonna take the smaller of the two and that same dark middle shade, as well as a little bit of that outer kind of shimmery dark shade that we didn't touch before. And we're just gonna line the lower lashes a little bit with that. Right, so we're getting pretty close to done here. I'm gonna go ahead and do some highlighter, and then I'm gonna put some lashes on, and then just so it completes the look. So for my highlighter, I'm gonna take this big fluffy brush, the Luxie 522 tapered highlighter brush. and that same J. Manuel Filter Finish Collection 3D Illuminator in Stardom. And I'm gonna do my cheekbones and my Cupid's bow. And I've really been liking the look of bringing my highlighter in more under my eyes a little bit. I'm not quite sure why. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my falsies really quick and I will be right back. All right, so I've got my lashes on. I just touched up my eyebrows a little bit and I added some freckles because you guys know that I can't not do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Tartelette palette again and this little flat definer brush, the Luxie 221 flat definer brush. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of black just in the very outer corners of my lower lash line, just to tie it in with the upper lash liner that we have going on already. Okay, so as the very last step, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply some lip product. I'm gonna be putting on the No Thin Lips Secret Lip Plumper. And then I'm gonna be topping that with the Lancome Ultra Shiny Lip Gloss in Simmer. This is one of their juicy tubes. So I'm just gonna apply that. All right, that is the completed look. That's it. I'm looking ridiculously pale in this light. That's just because I do not have even lighting anywhere at all. But this foundation is so nice. You guys don't understand how like glowy and wonderful it actually looks. Like, oh, I'm in love with it. Anyways, yeah, that's the whole look. Right guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I just want to say thank you again to Josie Maran and the Face Stockholm for all these wonderful products. I wouldn't be able to make this video without them. They're all fantastic. I love them so much and I am so happy with how this look turned out. I just think it's so pretty and glowy and it was really easy to do. And I hope you guys try to recreate it and go get some of these goodies. They're amazing. I love them. Again, like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. The